Welcome back to another Backpage gaming video. Today, it's another bit of champs content. We're looking at the 5-2-1-2, the formation that I think is the best counter for the 5-3-2. I don't know about you boys, as I'm joined by Robbie.
Hello.
And Sam.
Hello.
So, as you boys know, recently I've gone a bit mad with 3-back and 5-back formations.
Yes, we are aware.
So much so that I've been, I'd say, borderline manic about left-back choices, because there's not many on the game. As you can see, I'm stuck with this bloody Fail and Mendy.
Big regret not doing Acuna.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to go through is the type of player that is perfectly suited for the positions. I'm going to go through the actual custom tactics themselves, the player instructions, and then kind of talk about the passage of play and pretty much the ultimate guide to the 5-2-1-2, which I think is better than the 5-3-2, or at least it's a lot more positive.
Yeah, it's a big shout.
Because we're not rats, alright?
We're not.
Just want to make that clear.
I don't know. I do feel a bit of a tail coming when I play with a 5-back.
It's you've just got to say it's offensive 5-back though, and then people don't call you a rat.
Oh, I don't know. I bet they still do.
So anyway, I have been abused. I've had a couple of people saying, "Oh, is it? It's not the World Cup, pal. It's only division rivals." Little do they know, division rivals is the only thing in life that matters to me. So that's a joke. That's a joke, all right. So the defensive style on 5-2-1-2, I've got it as press after possession loss, with a width of 4 and a depth of 4. So look, if I was actually disgustingly sweaty and ratty, I'd be on drop back 1 depth. Everything, they'd be really, really compact. I'm doing cardboard box thing there. But they'd be really compact and there'd be no space. And that's where the 5-3-2 has really become the most powerful formation, I think, in FIFA, or the most sweaty defensive one, I should say, anyway.
Yeah.
Don't know what your guys' opinions of the 5-back. The 5-3-2 in particular.
Yeah. Who came up with that first? Who brought that mainstream?
I don't know. I saw Nick from Run the Foot Market brought out a video on it. I think from there it got a bit more mainstream popularity, but I know it came from Dull and Mike. I think a German pro used it in a tournament and he won it.
Yeah. Oh, right.
And I think from there, obviously, usually whatever the pros use, everyone else uses. But I just want to explain why I've gone for 4 width, and it's because when you're attacking with 5-2-1-2, you've got your wing backs. They don't bomb up because I've only got them on balanced attack. But when they go up, you want your centre backs to kind of take up an area of the pitch where they're covering that run. Say if they've got a winger, but you don't want them to be too spread out. Like if you went up to maybe like 5 or 6, it'd be far too spread out. Depth 4. I focus on getting the ball high up the pitch. Getting in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played this formation for 2 games, and I have it on 7 depth.
Bloody hell.
And it just chokes people.
We've got a gorilla over here. Chokes them, bloody hell. It sounds a bit raunchy.
Well, yeah, it just swarms them, bro. I wasn't expecting it with the fullbacks to be that high up and that aggressive. It was great.
You've been to Amsterdam before the game, haven't you? But offensive style, we've got balanced, and I've got 6th width, 4 players in the box, 2 corners and 2 free kick. These 2 are negligible. It don't really matter, to be honest. Players in the box, I like 4 because you've got your front 3 here, and then you've normally got one of your centre mids pressing up and joining the attack.
Yeah.
And this is why I think the 5-2-1-2 is the best formation to counter the 5-3-2. Because normally, the 5-3-2, you've got that bank of 5 and then you've got a bank of 3.
Yeah.
Your cam sits in the perfect position in 5-2-1-2 just to receive the ball, spin the centre mid that's marking him, and then you generate a good chance to one of your strikers if you can get past that defender. So it does take out the midfielders to some extent, which I think is very important. Because that's what's making the 5-3-2 so good, that they've just got really good midfielders that are well-rounded and can kind of do everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is how I rock up. We've got Neymar striker and Mbappe the other striker. And I think it's important to have a player with 5-star weak foot. I know we've rambled on about it, but it can't be understated, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so useful. And having Grincher at cam, it gives you need an agile player at cam. But for me, this is where it does come up for a bit of debate as to how you want to play it, as to how much of a rat you are. I've recently gone out and done the Rooney SBC, who I absolutely love already. And I've recently just bought Kevin De Bruyne's Team of the Year. I ain't tried him yet, but I can't imagine he's going to be bad. And then I've only got these on cover centre. I want them to support the attack.
Both on balance.
Yeah, I want them both on balance, and I even had them both on balance when I had Graven Birch before.
Yeah.
Because you need to get in the face. You need to have players on the edge of the box. You need to basically, like Sam says, you need to overwhelm them in the defence. That's why the 5 backs are so popular at the minute, because you think you've got all these 5 attacking, you've got your full backs overlapping, and all of a sudden, you've got like 7 men in the attack.
Yeah.
Or
too many men.
Some people might say too many men are a bit of a sausage fest, but for me, the more sausage, the better. So, yes. You want your
there you go, boys.
You want your centre mids to be really well rounded. You want these to be ball carriers. I don't think this is.
I'm sorry, I'm still giggling.
I didn't want your centre mid to hold the balls.
I want them to hold the balls.
Don't neglect the balls.
Never. This is where mine and Sam's opinion differs a bit. I think. I think it's nice to have 2 ball carriers, but Sam wants one that's a bit more defensive. He's not a bit more shy. It's not as
I'm using Gravenberch at the minute because I ain't got the money for a KDB, and I use one of them on stay back.
Yeah.
So
I think I do that as well. I use Musa and Awar. So Musa's like the stay back man. And then Awar, he's like having another cam with Awar. I love him.
He drifts in really nice. That's to be fair. Awar is like a poor man's Rooney. Rooney, if you're looking at doing the SBC, honestly, doing is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But you want well-rounded players here that can kind of do both. You can get away with having a more defensive one here as long as he's decent on the ball. So when he is in those areas, it's not going to be, a big disaster if he needs to take a shot. Because as you can see, Gravenberch have played there for a hot minute, and he has popped up with 6 goals, which isn't bad for a defensive one that's not getting forward much or not getting into the best positions. And then this is where I think it's difficult, the wing backs. And if you've not done Acuna, Adama Traore or Kazawa, you're like me, you're living with regret. There's no good left backs really apart from Team of the Year Mendy, not Team of the Year Mendy, fucking hell, that'd be a card. Apart from Team of the Year Alfonso. So you're stuck to some extent. There's not even many good icons, to be honest with you. Here, it's the best I could do. I would prefer to have Team of the Year Davies, but there's something called a budget. I don't have the money for it. I'd love to have Hullet here as well, and R9 here, but weirdly enough, I can't afford it. I don't know why. Then formation, or for the centre-back, sorry. This is where there's some debate. So some people say you have your slowest one as your centre-back, your middle one. After the fast ones on the either side. For me, I don't think it matters.
That's what
really.
I prefer to do.
Because this one, your middle one, is the one that usually you push forward with him. You carry the ball, you pass it out. So that's why I've got Rijkaard being him. So he's got a decent pass on him. He's quite tall and dominating, and that's where I did play Tini Ramos, and I did enjoy him quite a lot there. So much so I sold him after 8 games. And then, like I say, the wing backs, they're the real stars of this formation. I think they give so much width to your play. They give so much defensive capability or stability at the back when they do defend. Don't get me wrong, this is a defensive formation, but it is a big counter-attack formation as well, which has kind of been my style on FIFA. Forever, to be honest. It really does suit me. But I'll go through the player instructions now. We've got getting behind on Neymar. I don't have him on stay forward because I want him to drop back a bit, just so when he drops back, Mendy can maybe overlap a bit, and then you can spread out to him, and then Neymar will drop back, and you can play it out to the edge of the box. We do have stay forward on Mbappe, however, because he is the out-and-out striker. He is Mr. Clinical. He is, a shooter.
He's got the big P.
Yeah,
He's a
big P.
shooter.
Pace, of course, as Lee Dixon says. He is a finisher as well. You know, when you say he's a finisher, you're worried, aren't you, Lee Dixon? But Cam, we've got as stay forward because if you don't have him on stay forward, I find they drift a bit too deep.
Yeah.
Almost into where CM sits in 5-3-2, which I don't want. And like we've already talked about the centre mids, I've got him on cover centre. If you do have a defensive one, feel free to put him on stay back, but I don't think it's a huge deal. Wing backs, I've got them unbalanced. I've seen some people use them join the attack, but I find that if you've not got the really top quality ones like a Davies or, you know, I don't know who on the right, maybe like a Dest or an Attell or something.
Yeah.
They can't get back quick enough, or the position's not quite good enough. They're a bit too aggressive with it.
Yeah.
Centre backs, you don't change anything, and then
you really need people with high stamina as well at the wing backs because they get tired.
They do.
They are always running. Like, I've got Sinkgrav in there. He's got like 83 stamina off the top of my head, I think, and he is absolutely blowing out his dick all at the end of the game. Like, he is tired. So if you can get people with like plus 90 stamina, that's going to help you.
I've been using Dest there, boys. The stamina, I don't know what it is, but he's quality for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Would you like a stat check while you think of any questions you might want to ask me about the formation? I've been using it for quite a while now, for a couple of weekend leagues.
Yeah.
And I've become quite...
Yeah. Dest has 97 stamina. There you go.
It's pretty mad.
That's why.
How does it come? How does it play against people that like slow build-up players, proper possession?
If anything, they're the people that I think are suffering a lot now.
Yeah.
Because if you play slow, you give a 5-back player too much time to get back into the defence.
Yeah.
And if you're good at manual defending, this is the formation for you, honestly. I think I'm an alright manual defender. And it just gives
one of the first things I said to Jack was, I can be aggressive with my centre-backs.
Yeah, you can... Because, like we were talking about, having a slower middle centre-back, you can be really aggressive with him. Because you've got two centre-backs covering for him, and then if they miss their chance, if they play it back, then he drops back and your wing-backs drop back. And I can see why people do get frustrated against this formation. But there is ways to counter it. You just need to be smart about it. You need to be quick, and you need to play it out to the wings while they're, and counter and getting behind them. There is definite ways to counter it because it is difficult. It's probably the best formation in FIFA at the minute. I think the 5-2-1-2 or the 5-3-2.
Yeah.
But there's not, there's no unbeatable formation. So people need to just chill out, okay?
Yeah.
But
go on. One thing I recommend, you get a fullback that can play centre back, and then get like a further up the field player to play on the wing back. That's what we tend to do.
Yeah.
Example, Jack's using like Kleiber at centre back. I use Reece James at centre back. Both very good there. And then get someone like that new Cucurella objective, who's obviously more up the pitch. But he can play left wing back like easily. He's got 79 defending. Bit more budget, get like someone like Saka in 70 defending. He's be a perfectly good right wing back if you got the budget. Just players like that, He is expensive though, $2.5 million.
I'd say the biggest, probably the hardest thing, if you've not got a lot of icons, the hardest thing about this formation is building an effective team on chemistry. The boys can attest to it. I've been moaning, I've been groaning in the group chat the last few days because there's just there's not many left backs or right backs that can do the wing back position. It's a very demanding position. So you're kind of just left with who you can get in. Attell here on my bench, he does a fantastic one. I bring him on. I used to anyway when I played Robin at left wing back. Tavernier, if you've done a headliner, that's a fantastic option. Acuna, Adama, Kazawa, kind of rhymes weirdly, but not. They're all left backs that I regret doing. If I'd done Acuna, Diego Garcia, Acuna, and you're laughing, aren't you? So if you've done Acuna, I'd definitely try it out because you've got the perfect left wing back there. But apart from that, that's pretty much all I've got to say on the formation.
Give it a go. Let us know what you find.
Yeah, and we'll see you for the next Foot Champs video. I'm sure we're trying to get some vids out, help you guys get a higher rank.
Yeah. Let us know if there's anything you want to see, whether it's like a squad builder or anything like that. Let us know.
Okay. We'll see you later, guys.
See you later.
later.